In this video, you'll find out about the tallest buildings in the world and interesting facts about them you won't have heard before. Skyscrapers keep getting taller and taller with countries and architects competing over who will create the tallest building, and while there are hundreds of skyscrapers in the making around the world, this list will be about the ones that have already been erected and are standing tall. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you never miss the facts of the day. At number 10, we have Taipei 101. Situated in Taiwan's capital Taipei, standing at 1,667 feet tall, this building was actually the tallest building in the world in 2004 when it was completed. It managed to hold its title until 2010, and now several years later, it's still in the top 10. Despite it being 101 floors, which is where it took its name from, it is strong enough to withstand the strong earthquakes and typhoons that can hit the island thanks to its 660-ton damper that hangs from the 92nd floor. This was deemed necessary, especially after a major earthquake happened during its construction and caused the crane to fall from its rooftop. Number 9. Tianjin in Beijing. Also called the Citic Tower, this is the highest building in Beijing, but not in China. And while Taipei 101 has 101 floors, Tianjin has 101 elevators. It was originally meant to be the same height as Taipei 101, but in 2011 it was decided to make it 67 feet taller. Tianjin takes its name after it's designed to look like an ancient Chinese vessel called the Zun. Its look is very distinctive as the top and bottom of the structure are wider than the middle floors. At number 8, we have Tianjin CTF Finance Center in Tianjin. Another building coming to us from China after only surpassing the previous building by 8 feet. Despite it being called a finance center, it doesn't only have offices, but also a hotel and service departments. The tower's facade is composed of thousands of glass panels, creating a shimmering texture over the building's surface. And as you can see, it does create a beautiful effect that makes it stand out from the surrounding buildings. Number 7, Guangzhou CTF Finance in, you guessed it, Guangzhou. You've probably realized by now that China is dominating this list. This tower actually is the same height as the previous one, but Guangzhou takes the lead because of its higher occupied height. It claims the title of having the world's fastest elevator at a staggering 44 miles an hour. Overlooking the Pearl River, the building's distinctive features include 4 setbacks, which allow for beautiful sky terraces and skylights. And the top 16 floors are occupied by a hotel, where a one-night stay starts at around $300. Moving away from Asia, at number 6, we have One World Trade Center in New York. This is the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. One World Trade was built in 2014, right next to where the Twin Towers were before the devastating attacks of 9/11. Originally, the plan was to build the tallest building in the world, but soon after, it was decided that instead of going for a title that would soon be outdone by a different building, it's best to pick a height that had a meaning behind it. Its height is exactly 1,776 feet, which is also the year the Declaration of Independence was signed. Back to Asia now with number 5, and that's the Lotte World Tower in Seoul. The Lotte World Tower took 13 years for just planning and site preparation, but it was completed in 2017. It cost a whopping $3.4 billion. Its design is inspired by traditional Korean art, and it now houses retail stores, a luxury hotel, apartments, and office space. The Seoul city government ordered a mall and cinema complex at the base of the tower, which opened before completion of the tower in 2014. But it soon had to be closed for 5 months after water was found leaking from an internal aquarium. That must have been a lot of water. At number 4, we have the penultimate entry from China. Yes, there are more. With the Ping An Finance Center in Shenzhen. Shenzhen is in southern China near Hong Kong and is considered a financial hub. In Chinese, the words Ping'an literally mean safe and well. The building is occupied by offices, but also a Hyatt hotel. Standing at 1,965 feet, the tower can even be seen on a clear day from Hong Kong and Macau. The construction of the building was temporarily put on hold in 2013 because of the suspected use of unqualified materials. It was said that the concrete used on the building was largely composed of sea sand, which could eventually corrode the building's steel and make it unsafe. After the investigation was over, it was decided that the sand was safe to use, so the construction continued as normal. Time for the top 3. The third tallest building in the world is the Makkah Royal Clock Tower in Mecca. This is the most distinctive structure in our top 10, as it's a clock tower with the world's largest and highest clock face in the world. The building complex is meters away from the world's largest mosque and Islam's most sacred site, the Great Mosque of Mecca. Just below the top of the base of the crescent, at 1,972 feet, is the prayer room that can be reached either by elevator or a chairlift. It is the world's second most expensive building, with the total cost of $15 billion. At number 2, we have the Shanghai Tower. This stunning tower has unfortunately had its fair share of problems. Since opening, it's had significant maintenance issues and remains largely unoccupied. The issues have to do mainly with the lack of necessary permits from the fire department. In 2020, major water leaks broke out from the 60th to the 9th floor of the tower, which damaged a large quantity of office equipment and electronics. All these issues are making potential lease tenants think again before moving into the tower. The parts of it that are occupied consists of restaurants, retail space, and gardens, with an amazing view of the city. Before we reveal our number 1, if you've enjoyed this video so far, then please like it and subscribe to our channel. At number 1, the tallest building in the world is, of course, the Burj Khalifa. Dubai is filled with skyscrapers, but the Burj Khalifa at 2,716 feet definitely stands out. I'm sure you have seen this magnificent building either on any of the pictures of Dubai or on TV during the New Year celebrations, as that's where the firework displays take place every year. It is 163 floors, and if you're willing to pay $145 to get to its highest observation deck, you will be rewarded with a jaw-dropping view of the entire city. It was originally called Burj Dubai, but it was later renamed in honor of the ruler of Abu Dhabi, whose first name is Khalifa, after Abu Dhabi lent Dubai money to pay its debt. Let us know in the comments below if you've been to any of these buildings and what you thought of them.